On tonight's edition of Size Eyes on the Skies.
We get beautiful fall temperatures across much of the state. I'll tell you just how long these will stick around.
And Nathan Coy is in the studio with a look at your national forecasts. All that and much more on this edition of Size Eyes on the Skies as it starts right now. And welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. I am joined by Nathan Coy, and how are you this evening?
I am just absolutely lovely. How are you doing?
Oh, it's going to be a busy next week and a half or so, as midterms are just right around the corner.
Oh, the wonderful time of year, midterms.
Oh, yeah.
You know, who doesn't enjoy it?
And it makes it so much harder to study when temperatures are in the 70s. Can we have like rainy days and 60s?
I know. Like this weekend.
Oh,
we had weather like that, it wouldn't be so hard.
Yeah.
And then we hit the week and it gets nice again.
Yeah, it just tempts us for. I had one test today. I had Religion 205, and got another one tomorrow, and then I have one on Monday and one on Tuesday next week.
I get one on Friday.
Yeah, I think
right before the
I
weekend.
think Clayton has 4 on next week. He
Our
could have
roommate.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry.
But speaking of bad weather,
Yeah. Oh man.
what an active weekend it was across the country.
Yeah. Friday, mostly Friday in the mid, or
Mostly Friday
in Iowa, Nebraska.
But then out west, from the same storm system that produced those tornadoes in northwest Iowa,
Yeah.
snow back in parts of Nebraska and South Dakota.
And we were talking a lot of snow.
A lot of snow,
Yeah.
feet upon feet of snow. I'm not going to give away how much yet because we're going to take a look at the totals, but totals that you would not normally see even from some storms in the wintertime. Certainly impressive.
And I know, we had those tornadoes on Friday as well, and one of them was rated an EF4, and it was 1.38 miles wide, and that is the official largest tornado in the month of October since 1950. So we've been talking about some weird weather that we never, usually don't see in October.
No, we normally get colder weather this time of year. It's just not happening, and I'm sure Colleen's going to have a little bit more on that just in a little bit here too.
Yeah, well, with that, let's go ahead and check in with Colleen. And colder weather, is it around the corner, or are we going to keep these 70s?
We can hope, well, maybe some people want the 70s because we're about 10 degrees above average, so it's keeping it pretty nice and comfortable for October. I personally would love the colder temperatures, make it feel like fall and actually October.
Yeah.
See those leaves maybe change color.
Oh, this morning walking to class, you had to put a bigger sweatshirt on this morning as it was a little nippy out there this morning.
But then again, it warmed back up, and compared to yesterday where it was absolutely freezing and rainy, and then waking up today to a beautiful sunny day. But if we go ahead and take a look at our day planner, I just moved it. Shit. Well, okay. So waking up tomorrow, around 10 a.m., will be around 59 degrees and beautiful sunny skies. Winds will be kind of light and calm. As we move into 3 p.m. tomorrow, those temperatures will be back up to 75 and sunny once again. And as we move into the evening hours, it'll be around 60 degrees, so a little bit cooler for our evening. And that's all I have for Iowa.
Thank you very much, Colleen. We're going to send it to our first commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have a look at your national forecast, so you want to stay tuned. Welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. Let's head on over for your national forecast with Nathan Coy.
Hey, thanks, Zach. So we're going to take a look at those snow totals that we were talking about earlier, part of South Dakota and Nebraska. Most of these are from South Dakota. And look at these impressive totals. 58 inches of snow was the highest amount we could see. And then finally tailing down 31 inches in Rapid City at the National Weather Service there. They actually had to walk to work because of the snow drifts are over 6 to 10 feet tall. And last time, that actually shattered the record. Last time they had October snow and they broke the record, it was 2 inches. 31 inches, not even close. Shattering records out there. Around the nation, it is much warmer, much quieter. As you can see, this plume of warmer air across the southern part of the country is poising its way up to the plains. Not much hot weather, just Phoenix at 95 degrees and Miami is at 84 degrees at this current time. We're going to zoom in into the East Coast where they've had some wet weather on and off throughout the day today. 58 right now in Syracuse, 54 in the Pittsburgh area. Looking at your southeast forecast, 68 degrees right now in Atlanta, 72 with some nice sunshine there in Little Rock, and 75 degrees in New Orleans. Zooming down, take a look at the southwest. Quite a variety of temperatures here, upper 60s in Salt Lake City. 95 scorching degrees right now in Phoenix. Certainly they're feeling the heat. The northwest, well, what's new there? Cool, showery, cloudy, except for Boise. They have some sunshine at 70. Around our part of the state right now, nothing but wall-to-wall sunshine, 65 to about 70 degrees with those warmer temperatures out across the plains. And those will eventually work its way into our part of the area. As high as today, there you see it across the nation, upper 70s, low 80s, with 60s trenched in from about Minnesota to Wisconsin into part of Michigan. Certainly not a wide variety of temperatures. Watches and warnings, like we mentioned before, much of the country is very quiet at this time, but the northeast is where the active weather is. As you can see it just off here, these are all severe thunderstorm warnings at this time with a squall line of storms that are coming through. And when we look at the radar, you'll be able to see this. Again, sunshine all across here, but the northeast, clouds and thunderstorms. So look at this impressive line just push east to the New York metro area, up to Boston and parts of New England now, heading into Maine. Damaging winds are the main threat, but earlier they did have a tornado watch in effect. Some isolated tornadoes still couldn't be ruled out in that area, but the main threat is damaging winds. Futurecast is going to tell the story here. Not much happening. It's just going to be clear all day long, all this week pretty much. You see just high pressure will be trenching in. We have a storm system here in the northwest. It'll be swirling around some mountain snow and some showers there, but for this part of the country, it is going to be high and dry. Highs tomorrow. Here's that warmer air coming in the center part of the Midwest. Minneapolis, 76 degrees. Chicago at 71. They might have a little breeze off the lake there to keep them a little cooler. And then, of course, St. Louis Cardinals are back in St. Louis tomorrow, 76 degrees for that tomorrow afternoon high. Poughkeepsie, New York is the city today, and they're going to have some pretty quiet weather for most of the week, except for Thursday. There's a chance of some showers on and off throughout the day at 70%, but then they're going to have sunshine and cooler temperatures coming back into the 60s, lows in the 40s. We're going to send it back to Zach at the desk.
Thank you very much, Nate. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's trivia question. Last Friday, Des Moines set a new record for daily rainfall. How much rainfall fell? Your choices are A, 2.01 inches, B, 2.15 inches, C, 2.26 inches, and D, 2.39 inches. And we'll have the answer when we come back. And welcome back to Size Highs on the Skies. Let's go ahead and recap your trivia question for tonight. Last Friday, Des Moines set a new record for daily rainfall. How much rainfall fell? And your answer is C, 2.26. And that was the old record was 2.07, and that was set in 1941. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at your Iowa forecast with Colleen Mehlberg.
All right, well, thanks, Zach. Luckily, no rain is in the forecast for us today. Temperatures staying pretty comfortable around the low 70s. You can see 71 here in Des Moines and 69 up in Perry. And for us here in Ames, we're still hanging around about 70 degrees. So perfect, beautiful fall weather out there for us today. And those winds coming out of like the southwest and east. Temperatures are still around the main 70s and maybe up towards the 60s towards Mason City. Like I said, those winds are mainly out of the east, maybe shifting a little towards the south, over towards the western part of the state at Sioux City, with the winds picking up to about 10 miles per hour, keeping temperatures a bit warmer, closer to 80 over there. Clouds and radar, you can see no clouds are covering the state right now. Just means bountiful sunshine and perfect fall weather. Maybe a few high clouds off to the northern eastern part of the state. Those will be keeping out of our way as we move into this week. Futurecast, see no rain, no clouds. Just means sunshine, sunshine, and more sunshine for the next few days. And that will continue as high pressure is in control of our weather, bringing up those warm southerly winds, keeping us in the mid to low 70s for much of this week and into Friday. Overnight tonight, we'll see lows mainly in the mid to upper 40s. You can see 45 here in Ames and 47 up in Fort Dodge. So keeping it nice and cool. However, it might be a little bit warmer towards Council Bluffs. We'll be reaching up to a low of 50 degrees. We're warming up to those upper 70s again here tomorrow. You can see 75 here in Des Moines and 78 over in Council Bluff. So another beautiful day, and those warm temperatures are still sticking around for us. Overnight tonight, we'll see a low of 45, clear skies, and calm winds. They'll be out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour, keeping those temperatures above freezing for this October month. Tomorrow will be 75 degrees, another beautiful day here in Iowa. However, it will be a little bit breezy as those winds will be out of the south at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Gusts could reach up to 30 miles per hour, so just be wary as you're walking around tomorrow. Take a look at our extended forecast. You see sunshine all across this next week, with those temperatures still in the mid 70s and lows in the mid to upper 50s. However, another cold front starts to make its way through on Friday, bringing us another slight chance of rain, but cooler temperatures will not cool down all that much. And as we head into next week, you can see the 60s are back. So maybe we will finally start cooling back down into those temperatures where we should be for this time of year.
I sure hope so, because it makes it harder to study when you're looking at 70-degree weather.
I agree. I'd much rather have the rainy cold, because like yesterday, it was only about 50 degrees. Today it was 75. That was a huge temperature swing that we had, about 20 degrees. It's almost unheard of for October.
Yeah, you know, I kind of have to chuckle because yesterday morning we were looking at one of the models.
Oh, yeah.
That low pressure came through, and for some reason, all the models wanted to show this freezing line come right through the center of Iowa is showing maybe little flakes of snow trying to mix it with the rain. And I had to laugh. We're like, there's no way.
No.
But then when you wake up, it's like 44 degrees. You kind of have to think to
It
yourself.
was a little chilly
maybe.
yesterday.
It was.
It makes for perfect sleeping weather, though. I slept with both my windows open.
I'm not going to lie. I was in my pajamas all day yesterday. I didn't want to get out of
What
bed.
Colleen does on the weekend.
Hey, I don't blame you on that one. I would have
It was
too if I
perfect
had to
day
go
for
out in
it.
public.
I
Yeah.
practice my reading on the weekend, because,
Yeah,
I have issues reading, but
we know.
I just pulled a Ron Burgundy is what I did.
You did.
But with all that said, make sure to like us on Facebook as Corey Harkett updates it morning, noon, and night. But until then, join us on Wednesday. Until then, have a great night.
Choose your adventure at Iowa State.